Hi there. So this is a quick video about how to archive your Twitter bookmarks, since they're not apparently included in the download that you get from Twitter when you download your archive. And so I'm going to be using this tool called ArchiveWebPage, which is a Chrome extension that it lets you collect any web page, but I'm going to show how to use it to collect your bookmarks here. So it is a Chrome extension, and once you install it, you'll get a little icon up in your toolbar that you can click on to archive a web page. And here I'm going to, I'm on my Twitter account, right, and I'm logged in, and I'm going to select my bookmarks here. This isn't actually a tool feature that I use a lot, so I created a bunch of bookmarks this morning just to test this. But here's my bookmarks, right? I'm going to click on the archive web page icon here, and I'm going to actually record to a new archive. I'm just going to call it Twitter, Ed's Twitter bookmarks, and select that. And I'm going to start with autopilot checked, and you'll see why that's important in a second. You can actually do it later if you need to. When you start collecting, you'll see the page start to move if you start with autopilot on. What's happening here is that the archive web page extension is sort of going through each of your tweets and clicking on them, which ensures that you not only get the tweet, in the timeline view, but also get the tweet, all the details of the tweet. So if there's video content or images or conversation in Twitter about the tweet, you will get all of that. Depending on the number of tweets you have, this could run for a while, right? So, yeah, I've only used it just randomly today to collect a few different things. So I'm going to stop here. So you can stop at any time. Obviously, you would want to let this run to completion if you want to get all of your bookmarks, which could take some time depending on how many you have. You can see a little indicator of how much data is being saved locally, and how many URLs are being collected, the number of tweets, images and videos, and yeah, so I'm going to stop it here. And what I'll show is that you can go back to your home for the archive, and you can then see the different collections that you've created. These are ones that I created before, but this is the one that we just looked at. If you click on it, you'll see the URLs that were collected, as part of the archive, the sort of main URLs, and there was just one for this, the bookmarks view, right? When we view that, you can see hopefully the content reload in the page here. Now the cool thing is this is the content, and we can interact with it, which is great, but you can also download this content, right? So you can go back to your page for the collection, and then you can select download all as WAX-Z file. There are these other options too, work files. This is kind of getting into the weeds of web archiving a little bit, but a WAX-Z file is basically a zip file that contains all the data for this collection. You can download that, and if you want, you can, at any time, you could load that back in by clicking Import Archive and choosing the file where you downloaded it. There's another tool called Replay Web Page, which is just a read-only version of this, the player for the web archive content. And here, I could select that WAX-Z file that I downloaded and load it back in, and then interact with it. And the cool thing is that this replay web page, this is all running just locally on your computer. and I could disconnect from the internet and still like view this content just like we're looking at it here. You can also upload it to your website, the WAXI file to your website, and embed it using the replay webpage component if you want. So hopefully that's not too much information. Basically the idea is at least get a copy of your data before deleting your account or something like that, if you've invested the time in creating the bookmarks. All right, and if you have questions, please head on over to the forum for Web Recorder. There you can ask questions about the tools and if you have run into problems. All right, thanks.